Oh, jeez. And we're live. How we doing, everybody? A little bit late today. A little bit late setting up. Honestly, you can't blame me. I was watching the Titanic, and it was on TV. It was finishing up. The end gets me every single time, and I have to get in that mindset before this game. I have to get something good consumed before I spend 3 hours with you people, which I love, but I don't love spending 3 hours with the Giants every Sunday at this point, to be honest with you. It's just not something that I wake up and just get my jollies from. But shout out to everybody who's here today. We got a little bit of a deep voice action. Hope you guys are enjoying that. Hope there's, trying to bring some treble to the voice, not too much bass. Tommy DeVito, first play under center. Handoff is to Barkley. He wrapped up for a 3-yard loss. There we go. We're underway. Here we go. 3-yard loss for the G-Men. That's what I'm talking about. This is going to be excruciatingly painful. Let's be honest. DeVito in the shotgun gets rid of it quickly. Wan'Dale Robinson maybe gets 3 yards on that. So it'll be 3rd and 10. The most predictable 3 and out in the history of football about to occur. Hope you guys are having a good Sunday. Hope you guys got a good little pep in your step, more than me. DeVito in the shotgun. Has good tons of time to throw. Nobody open. Breaks the pocket. Looks to his right. Completes to Saquon Barkley. Is that a catch? Unbelievable throw and catch from Tommy DeVito to Saquon Barkley. That might have been one of the best plays of the year by any Giants quarterback, to be honest with you. Heck of a throw from DeVito. See if Barkley gets that foot in. It looks like he does. Heck of a play. Had good blocking on that play, too. Let's be honest. He had 3 seconds to look down the field. Didn't like what he saw. Broke the pocket. And then on the next play, not so lucky. Sack lunch. The former Giant David Mayo gets a sack. I think that's Mayo, at least. Might have been an aioli of some sort. Hey, how about that? Second and 18 after the sack. First sack of the day. Expect plenty more. They throw it in Slayton in the wide receiver screen to Darius Slayton. Probably the best wide receiver screen the Giants have ran in like 7 years. He gets about 6 or 7 yards. Evan Neal is out at right tackle. Your offensive line is Andrew Thomas, Justin Pugh at left guard, John Michael Schmitz at center, Ben Bredesen at right guard, and Tyree Phillips filling in at right tackle. Jalen Hyatt slotted as a starter according to Fox today. Who knows if he's going to be out there. We'll see. We'll try to highlight him when he's on the field. I see him on the bottom of the screen right now. 3rd and 10. DeVito steps up, sack. Second sack of the game already on the first drive. Number 55, Henry gets the sack. No idea who that dude is. We got any Com fan? If we got Tom Kelly in the chat, let us know who that guy is. No idea. They may break a record for sacks today. DeVito does this thing where he looks for his first read. If it's not there, he's going to try to step up and run every time, and the pocket's just collapsing. He's got nowhere to go. Injured commander on the play. It'll be 4th down for the G-men, so at least they were able to, pick up one big first down. Nice, decent throw from DeVito. on like a bit of an improv play. That's what he's going to have to do all day. I think that's why he's kind of just waiting for the play to develop a little bit and then kind of breaking the pocket and trying to make something happen outside the tackles. What do we haven't? Please God, for the love of God, give me. There's another game on as well. Pittsburgh at Cleveland. There we go. That's a good game. Even though the quarterback play is not going to be good, you're going to see two good defenses get after it. Looks like a nice throw. I think that's PJ Walker playing for the Browns. Hit that thumbs up for your boy if you're just popping in for your second. Kind of a flu game for me. Let's be honest. It's not an actual flu. I just had too many beers last night, but you know what? If you felt this way before, you know what it is. You know what it's about. It's not easy to get over. It's not easy to get through. It's definitely not easy to talk for 3 hours on the flu games in a flu game scenario. But here we are watching probably the worst game on the NFL slate all season long. If I'm just drafting bad games, this is probably the worst game on the slate all season long. Although that there's something to be said about just two bad offenses going head to head. Someone has to win. Like Cowboys Panthers today or the Cowboy game last week, that's pretty tough. Like that's just a bad game. Like nobody wants to watch that unless you're just like have every Cowboy player in fantasy, which you probably are doing really well if you have a lot of Cowboys players this week and last week. Because just you have the Giants and the Panthers back to back for the Cowboys. Are you kidding me? How are we doing in the chat? No activity in the chat yet. Let's get it going. I know we joined late, but what's up? How's everybody doing today? What do we need to happen fantasy wise? Like who needs to go off? Gambling? Any bets in? Basically breakfast time for me. So excuse me for not being on the pulse of what's going on at this moment. Got plenty of NBA action later tonight too. Like a lot of NBA action tonight, which I enjoy. Sixers Nets at 3:00. Maybe we'll check out that. Pistons Raptors. What's a big NFL game like? What's the 4:30 game? Jets Bills. Meh. I guess I'll watch that. Bad injury for the Commanders. I didn't see who it was. But they're bringing out the golf cart for him. Does not look good. Every player rallying to him, making sure he's okay. But that's tough. First drive of the game, two bad teams. The Commanders' defense, like, it hurts that somebody. I hope it's nobody good on their defense. 97. Is it Jonathan Allen or Dayron? No, it's F.A. Obata, I believe. If that was 97, which I tried to pick up the jersey number from him laying on his back on the stretcher. So it's not Dayron Payne or Jonathan Allen at least, but still, hate to see anybody get hurt like that. Great punt by Gillen, except it goes right through the back of the end zone. It was a booming punt, but it went right through the back of the end zone. Sam Howell, who was absolutely dreadful in New York or in New Jersey the first time these two teams played. Go back and watch it. The only other game, the second win of the season for the Giants at home against the Commanders and Sam Howell. Sam Howell could not make a throw, but he's been really good the last couple of weeks, as Fox is showing right now. So we'll see. We'll see if that was just a fluke, bad performance from Howell early in the season. Hasn't started a ton of games in the NFL yet. Still getting his legs underneath him. See if this Giants defense can provide any resistance. They throw a quick screen to Terry McLaurin. Bobby Okereke wraps him up after about 3 or 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 7 for the Commanders. Honestly, not a bad passing offense for the Commanders. The 11th ranked passing offense. I mean, we would bite your hand off to have that in New York right now. Let's be honest. Antonio Gibson, the backup running back or kind of like receiving running back is out. Brian Robinson will get a bulk of the carries. Curtis Samuel's in there, New Yorker. Terry McLaurin always seems to have big days against the Giants, always seems to make his presence felt no matter who their quarterback is. And off is to Brian Robinson on 2nd and 6. He maybe gets 2, maybe 3. So it'll be 3rd and short for Sam Howell and crew. Azeez Ojulari sighting today. He's on the field. Guy, you never hear his name, but he's on the field today. Strength of this Giants defense is probably the linebacking core of Mike McFadden and Bobby Okereke. They're playing really fast. Obviously, Dexter Lawrence is his own problem. Dexter Lawrence just blew up this whole play, but Sam Howell was able to evade him and pick up a first down with his legs. I mean, if just as I was mentioning his name, go back and look at this rep from Dexter Lawrence on 3rd and short. Unbelievable how quickly he gets off the ball. It's like you can't. The center has no idea how to deal with him. Like, that was just embarrassing. That was embarrassing from the center, but good play from Sam Howell. He's able to just make one little quick move. He does pick up a block. The guard helps very nicely because the center just had no idea what he was doing on Dexter Lawrence there, but the right guard was able to chip and get Howell free enough. Howell drops back on 1st and 10. He's going to throw it down the field, looking deep. It's picked off by Nick McLeod. Nick McLeod, the backup DB, gets an interception, and all of a sudden you hear me getting excited. But you know what? Why not? There's football on the field. Let's play. Let's do it. I don't want the Commanders to just come around and dance on us. Nice pick from Nick McLeod. I mean, Sam Howell was throwing this no matter what. He overthrows him. Receiver falls down. Nick McLeod is definitely a pick. No review needed on that. And when they come back from break, the Giants will have the ball. So nice play. Nick McLeod getting some action today. Good coverage down the field there. I mean, there was really nowhere for him to go with the ball. Kenny Pickett, I believe, is just backed up on his own end, and they just get about 6 or 7, get out there, get some space for the punter. We're going to be bouncing around today, people. A lot of sports on. Don't want to just pigeonhole my entire stream to Giants Commanders, when in reality, this game will mean nothing. I guess it'll mean something with draft purposes for sure. We got Indiana, UConn. I believe this is at MSG as well. Former Nick head coach Mike Woodson, the coach of Indiana. Love to see that. Yeah, they are at the Garden. Would have liked to have gone to this, honestly. I mean, I don't know why they're doing it on a Sunday afternoon. It feels like it would have been better served on a weekday night, but I digress. Nice interception from Nick McLeod. Wasn't able to return it much after. He was falling down, had to lay out to make the play. But this game is going to be a lot of field goals. Let's be honest. This game is going to be a lot of field goals. I'd like to see Saquon Barkley just take one to the house at one point this season. Just let us know you're able to do that. It's tough when everyone knows you're getting the rock. Rest of the league. First touchdown was scored by the Chicago Bears. Unbelievable. Deontay Foreman, first touchdown scorer on the slate. Sam Howell, are they checking him out for an injury already? This could be a nightmare football game. Just one of those cracked out NFL games that is on, so people will care about what happens, or they'll at least check it out. DeVito, 1st and 10 in the shotgun. He gives it to Barkley up the gut. Barkley runs into a wall of Commander defenders. Maybe he keeps his legs going. Maybe he gets 3 or 4. I mean, Hal just threw a laser beam right down the middle of the field. Great coverage from Nick McLeod, running stride for stride with the receiver. DeVito again gives it to Barkley. Again, we lose yardage. Loses 4 or 5. David Mayo again makes a play. Not sure what they're doing with Sam Howell. It looks like he's shaken up after that interception. DeVito gets rid of it. Daniel Bellinger, unable to break a tackle, and will be about 3 or 4 yards shy of a first down. Another punt. DeVito starts the game 3 of 3, 31 yards. Not completely incapable of throwing the ball. Yeah, F.A. Obata was the injured commander on the first drive. 8:37 remaining first quarter. Giants will punt for the second time already after the interception. Unable to turn that into anything, of course. Good punt coverage. Commanders will take over at their own 35-yard line, we'll say. Sam Howell gets another chance, or does he? Jacoby Brissett has his helmet on. I mean, why is Jacoby Brissett... Like, I know for a fact if Jacoby Brissett were to come in this game, he would take it over. I know for a fact that would happen. They could just easily win this game bringing him in. Oh, tough sledding offensively for both teams it's going to be today. I'd like to see the Giants continue to force turnovers. Ow. David Njoku just tried to hurdle someone and landed right on his head. PJ Walker on a little bit of a drive here. Is it PJ Walker playing for the let me confirm that because it looks like him, but oh no, it's Dorian Thompson Robinson. That's why I keep rookie DTR. Knicks playing really well. Another W last night. 5 of their last 6. One of the best net ratings in the NBA. 8-5 on the season. Solid. Pacers 7-4. Okay. Play the T Wolves. Knicks play the T Wolves tomorrow night. I don't think that'll be my game of the week. I think it will be the Heat game on Friday, the in-season tournament game. The least Fox can do is try to make this game finish expeditiously today. There's no reason to get your ad revenue out of this game. You're not going to get as many eyeballs as you want. Just pivot to the 4:30 game, whatever that may be. Ball at their own 36. Commanders will take over. 1st and 10. Sam Howell in the shotgun. He looks so much like Baker Mayfield. It's insane. Howell, slant pattern. Terry McLaurin completes for a first down. Good throw, good catch. Looks like Howell got shaken up on that run play he made. That first down he picked up after Dexter Lawrence blew up the play. He looks like Deonte Banks kind of slapped him in the mouth or something like that. 1st and 10. Deonte Banks, by the way, Maryland dude in his home area. Howell keeps it. RPO. Gets it to Logan Thomas in the flats. Ball is out. Giants pick it up finally. Logan Thomas fumbles the football. The Giants recovered. Xavier McKinney, of all people, is able to pick it up. So the Giants will take over. The Commanders have turned it over twice already to start the game. I mean, you just can't make this up. What's up, James? How we doing, buddy? How are you doing out there? I'm not sure what the confusion is. Is he down or no? Nope. Ball is out when his knee hits the ground. That should be a fumble. Who knocked it loose? I think it was Trey Hawkins that knocked it loose. Yeah, it looks like it was Trey Hawkins, number 37, that popped the ball loose. Giants will have possession in Commander territory at the Commander 45. DeVito, sacked. Just unreal. Tried to step up, nowhere to go. Benjamin St. Just gets the sack, the cornerback blitz. It's so hard. It's so much agony to watch this Giants team play offense. It really is. Any other team in the NFL at least are watchable on offense, and you have a chance. DeVito throws it well behind Wan'Dale Robinson, incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 13. So these turnovers mean nothing when you literally can't pick up a first down. Commanders obviously not the same proposition on defense without Chase Young and Montez Sweat, both of them being traded away because the Commanders sold as they should have. The Giants did nothing. They only sold Leonard Williams. 3rd and 13. DeVito in the shotgun. DeVito completes to Darius Slayton. What a throw from Tommy DeVito. He ripped that one in the seam, and he hits Darius Slayton for a first down. How about that? We have another injured Commanders defender. This is getting scary for the Commanders, man. Heck of a throw from Tommy DeVito. Great anticipation, zone coverage. He just hits Darius Slayton as soon as he comes out of his break. Good timing on the throw. First down. Big pickup from Tommy DeVito. How about that? He doesn't look horrible. They'll go to a commercial break for another injured Commander. Just could you ask for a scarier start if you're the Commanders? I still think they should be able to win this game with the fact that they have their starting quarterback in the game still. But you have 2 injured defensive players. You had 2 turnovers on your first 2 drives. Like Logan Thomas, one of your more veteran players, just puts the ball on the ground. That's unacceptable. Obviously, the throw from Howell in the first drive wasn't good either. He probably shouldn't have made that throw, but you try to give your guys a chance down the field, single coverage. Just good play by Nick McLeod on that one. Just kind of a dead slate. I guess Steelers Browns is definitely the best game on the 1:00 slate. Trevor Lawrence has thrown a touchdown, everybody. Notify the media. Calvin Ridley TD against Will Levis and the Titans. That time of the year where we start seeing everyone's rookie or younger quarterbacks or injured backups, all this type of stuff. I got to be honest, the Bucs are playing the 49ers this year. I don't think I've watched like a single second of a Bucs game or a Broncos game this year. They do nothing for me, those 2 franchises. Don't hate them, don't like them. Nobody on their team that just like really makes me want to watch. I mean, great. I got to be honest, Tommy DeVito has made two really nice throws so far in this first quarter. He really has. I mean, I don't think he reads defenses at that level or doesn't process like, you want a starting quarterback to be able to. But, I mean, that throw to Slayton was great anticipation on zone coverage. Knew exactly where his guy was going to be, ripped it over in the seam, over the top of the linebacker, dropped it in front of the DB. So it was a good throw. Giants now well within field goal range. Don't fuck it up. Just run the ball here. DeVito drops back, airs one out into the end zone. He's got his man. Saquon Barkley is in a touchdown. Touchdown, Barkley. What a throw from Tommy DeVito. Hey, Tommy, let's go. We're fist pumping with DeVito today. He's come out on fire. And Saquon Barkley's second catch of the day. DeVito throws it right down the sideline, rips it, and drops it into Saquon Barkley. Just as I was saying, just run the ball, right? Barkley definitely gets both feet in. Probably his biggest play of the season, Saquon Barkley. And the Commanders are in shambles right now. This is scary. Let's go, Big Task. How we doing? Nice to see you on this Sunday. Of course, it wouldn't be a Sunday without Big Task at hand. How about Tommy DeVito just ripping that down the sideline? Tyrod Taylor and Daniel Jones probably don't have the stones to make that throw. Let's be honest. They probably just run for 8 yards and pick up, positive yardage. I know, we're trying to tank, right, Big Task? We're trying to tank. I just I I understand the act of tanking, but if I'm sitting here watching the Giants, I want them to win. I'm sorry, I want them to win against a division opponent. I don't care. In the long run, is it going to matter? Who knows? They've already done a damn good job of losing every game so far this year. If they can only beat the Commanders, where it seems like it's possible, seems like the only franchise they just have the number of is the Commanders, and that's embarrassing. The Commanders are missing playoff opportunities year after year, and they're losing twice to the Giants. Like, it's just not acceptable. The Giants have been one of the worst franchises in the NFL since 2011. And you'd think that the Commanders would be able to sneak up on us every once in a while, but they don't. What a throw from DeVito. I mean, just two great throws on that drive. And he does that's his touchdown, Sally. Let's go. I love it. He does a little homage to the hometown of Jersey. Tommy DeVito making himself an NFL player, putting good film on tape. This is how backup quarterbacks get paid for like the next 15 years. You have one big game today, Tommy DeVito, as a rookie. I don't know. He's ripping it. Made a couple of nice throws on that drive for sure. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. It's one drive where the Commanders fumbled again. They've turned it over twice. They've given us the ball twice on both of their first two drives. 6:30 remaining, and the Giants have a touchdown on the board. That is foreign to me. That feels like a typo. Feels like a misprint. But here we are. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up for your boy, Tommy DeVito. Touchdown drive. Let's go. He's got 3 touchdown passes in his career now. Maybe we got to sit back and say that Tommy DeVito might not be the worst quarterback ever in NFL history like we thought in the first place. They go right back to Logan Thomas. Bootleg towel. Throws it to Logan Thomas. This time, he's able to hold on to the ball all the way through. Picks up about 6 or 7. It'll be 2nd and 3. Dak threw a touchdown. It looks like to Luke Schoonmaker. He loves those tight ends, Dak. Yeah, look at Tommy. Also, we heard that Darius Slayton was kind of really frustrated on the sidelines, complaining last week about throws not being made. Looks like DeVito's been listening and practicing hard. Why not? Hand off to Brian Robinson. He gets just enough for the first. Brought back by Micah McFadden. Needed 3, got 4. First and 10 for Washington. Sam Howell started 4 or 5, 28 yards, 1 pick. The only time he's tried to really go down the field with his throws was interception. So a lot of quick stuff, quick passing game for the Commanders, which I imagine is what they've been doing a lot with Howell anyway. I haven't really watched much of him outside of this game. Tom, if you guys lose to Tommy DeVito, it's just blow the whole thing up again. They set up a wide running back screen to Brian Robinson. He gets a big gain across midfield before the Giants finally wrap him up at their own 45. Yeah, Tom, I mean, you guys cannot lose to Tommy DeVito today at home. I cannot stress that enough. As a Giant fan, there's plenty of us who want to tank as well. I'm not a true tank artist. I just don't have it in me to just actually say, don't play well. I don't want you playing well. Like, I want to see my team score points. But, yeah, it might be best off for everyone if your Commanders got it together and didn't lose to Tommy DeVito at home. Howell in first and 10. They hand it off to Robinson, another huge running lane up the middle. He trucks over Cordell Flott and picks up a first down. He's running hard now. Yeah, everyone was killing Tommy DeVito. And I got to be honest, it was an easy punchline because the kid probably shouldn't have been playing. If some of these games he was unprepared, didn't know the game plan, didn't know the plays. So the offensive coordinator and Brian Daboll were just trying to get him through the game, trying to get through the game with a quarterback healthy. Now it looks like he's got some time to prepare. He at least knows where to look to throw the football. So that's a good sign from DeVito. Commanders driving here with the run game. Now Howell steps up, completes to Logan Thomas, wrapped up by Jason Pinnock at the 5. So Commanders marching right back. It'll be first and goal. Good throw from Howell. Good touch. Gets it over the outstretched hand of someone here. I think it's Micah McFadden. Yeah, Micah McFadden just doesn't get deep enough in his coverage. And Logan Thomas able to catch that ball. Just good throw from Howell. He dropped it in right over Micah McFadden's head. First and goal for the Commanders after the Giants just had one of their best drives of the season, pretty much. It's going to get slapped right out of their mouths. Hand off. Number 38. I don't know who the hell that is. We're getting late in the season, and the Giants are really bad, so your boy is not going to check out the backup running backs of every team that exists. Derek Gore with the carry. Second-year player out of University of Louisiana Monroe. How about that? So we're seeing all types of backup players today with all the injuries both teams have. Saquon Barkley, by the way, has 3 carries for -4 yards, 2 catches for 45 yards and a touchdown. So definitely something we've been mentioning all year on the stream. Get Saquon some catches if you can't run the ball with him. Howell, incomplete on second and goal, tries to throw a laser beam into tight coverage. It'll be third and goal. Let's go. Current drive has been 7 plays, 71 yards, 4 minutes and 9 seconds so far for the Commanders, but they got to come away with a touchdown now. About 5 yards to gain for a touchdown. Howell drops back. Kayvon Thibodeau gets good pressure and forces Sam Howell to rush that throw. Throws it at the feet of his receiver. It'll be 4th and goal. Great pressure from Kayvon Thibodeau on 3rd down. That's what you need to see. That's how you get off the field right there. You get some pass rush on a guaranteed passing play. We've seen other teams do it to the Giants so many times. Kayvon just beats Charles Leno Jr. to the outside and gets the Howell. So the Commanders will kick a field goal. That's it. I mean, Joey Sly on to attempt a field goal, 23-yarder. If you're a Commander fan, you're sick to your stomach. Like, you just looked like a hot knife through butter all the way down the field, and then the Giants stiffen up like a board in the red zone. So the kick is up and it's good. Joey Sly adds 3 points with the Commanders. 7-3 is your score. More points than I thought we would see in the first quarter. I got to be honest. 2:12 remaining in the first quarter. 7-3 is your score. Tyreek Hill just caught a touchdown. Love to see that as a fantasy owner. I'm sure there's plenty of people out there that have him as well. You're always happy if you have Tyreek Hill in fantasy football. I don't know why Tyreek Hill isn't like a every year somebody talks you into like taking him late first or early second. Like, why wouldn't you just take him number 1 or 2 or 3 overall? Like, he's a top 3 pick. Every year he's a top 3 player. UConn playing Indiana again. Like I said earlier, UConn up 8. Indiana might be a little bit overmatched. UConn might be legit this year again. Damn, with seeing Tommy's touchdown celebration, I kind of want to see him take some snaps in the future, says Big Task at Hand. Yeah, why not? I'm telling you, it's stuff like that that can make you like a perennial backup for the Giants. Like, you're from New Jersey, you have some balls. He's able to throw the ball. I mean, he looks good so far in this game. He's taking chances down the field. He's 6 of 7, 86 yards and a touchdown, no interceptions. He's been sacked 3 times, but it is what it is. Tommy DeVito coming out, throwing the ball down the field. Giants will get the ball back. Let's see if they open up the playbook a little bit and start making DeVito an actual quarterback. And who cares if Tommy DeVito throws a couple of picks? Like, I really don't care. I'd rather just see the ball at least stretched out down the field when it's not picked off. Like, I want to see some effort trying to throw it down the field. Stop playing this game manager. Maybe we can win 17-10 style. I hate it. It's a loser attitude. It doesn't matter who your quarterback is. If he's on the roster, give him a chance to throw the ball somehow. So we'll get the ball back. Too many commercial breaks in this first quarter. It is a slow moving first quarter. If I'm just guessing, this has to be the only game that hasn't moved on to the second quarter yet. Cowboys Panthers second quarter, end of first Steelers Browns, end of first Bears Lions, end of first Chargers Packers, Raiders Dolphins, end of first Titans Jags in the second quarter. Question: do you know who Aaron Nola is? Yes, of course I know who Aaron Nola is. Isn't he staying in Philadelphia? He's one of the ace pitchers. No, yeah, Phillies 7 years, 172 for Aaron Nola. Great pitcher. I don't know about all that. 7 years. I'm just not a big fan of giving guys in their 30s 7 year deals, but it is what it is. Phillies have been one of the best franchises in baseball the last few years. Tommy DeVito in the shotgun. 2:12 remaining first quarter. DeVito takes the handoff to Barkley, steps up, going to go down behind the line of scrimmage again. Is that another sack for David Mayo? Does he have 2 sacks, like 3 tackles for loss already? The former Giant middle linebacker. Dude, David Mayo has 2 sacks, 3 tackles for loss already. Because Tommy DeVito, every time someone is just not wide open, he's stepping up and trying to like get 3 or 4 yards with his legs, and he's just not athletic enough to outrun these defensive players. You really recognize how athletic Daniel Jones is running the football when you watch Tommy DeVito play. The next handoff is to Barkley, who he might have negative 100 rushing yards today. Plays blown up by Jamin Davis, and it'll be 3rd and long again. The run game is not going to work today for the Giants. That is very much apparent. I think Saquon has four carries for -6 yards. Definitely has been a factor in the passing game. DeVito drops back. Good protection. Nowhere to go. Sacked again. Five sacks in the first quarter. This could be an NFL record today. Just throw it away, my guy. Just throw it away. Almost a face mask. Giants will punt it away. Gillen, decent punt. Great punt coverage by Darnay Holmes. Excellent tackle. That's why he's on the field. That's the only time I want to see Darnay Holmes is in punt coverage. I do not want to see him playing cornerback today. There's 4 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Commanders will run one play, and then that'll bring us to the second quarter. 2 turnovers for the Commanders, giving the Giants a chance. Giants were able to put together really one good drive so far. DeVito, 5 sacks in the first quarter. Like, you got to start figuring something out. Like, an incompletion is way better than losing 5 yards every drop back. We cannot have that. Hal rolls to his left, completes to Curtis Samuel for about 5 yards. When they come back from break, it'll be 2nd and 5. So Giants, entertaining quarter, honestly, from their end. They scored a touchdown, a passing touchdown, which is nice. But the Commanders kind of just giving them opportunities not to lose. Cleveland's still up on the Steelers. Nice catch from George Pickens. I don't know if he picked up a first here. Excellent effort to stay in bounds to get a first down there from George Pickens. They better give him that. They say 2nd and 1. That's BS. What the hell? That was an insane run from Warren on the Steelers. Like, that was one of the best runs I've seen all year long. Just physical as hell, broke a couple of tackles, spun. Jaylen Warren. Honestly, have no idea. 2nd year running back out of Oklahoma State. Seven to 3 is your score. Commanders starting to find something offensively, but they're not able to punch it in the end zone. Their first trip to the red zone. They've turned it over twice in the first quarter, and they're only down 7 to 3. So, any other team in the NFL, if you're playing the Commanders today, you're probably up by 3 touchdowns, looking good. But not against Tommy DeVito. Listen, he made one. He had one nice drive. We saw his new celly, which I love. Tommy D from Jersey. But you can't be taking 5 sacks in the first quarter. That's unbelievable and not good. Someone's telling him, like, he needs to just start airmailing it out of bounds. Break the pocket, throw it out of bounds. Break the pocket, throw it out of bounds. I do not need to see him taking 5 sacks. 12 dropbacks, 5 times sacked, 6 pressures for DeVito. I don't think the Giants blocking has been horrible for Tommy DeVito today. I just think either nobody's open, which I can't see from this view, or he's just holding on to it for an hour back there with no idea where to go with the ball, and then he's just trying to do something with his legs when it's too late, and he's getting sacked. All right, we're back from break. 2nd and 5. Second quarter officially underway. They hand it off to Brian Robinson, who stuffed 2 yards shy of the first down. So it'll be 3rd and 2 for the Commanders. Sam Howell started 7 of 10, 80 yards and an interception. A lot of short game for Sam Howell. His only deep ball was intercepted. 3rd and 2. The give is to Robinson, and he is stopped short of the first down. What a play made by number 91, A'Shawn Robinson. Blew that play up in the backfield. Nowhere for Brian Robinson to go. Very conservative play call from the Commanders. On 3rd and 2, they run it with Brian Robinson, and he has nowhere to go. Gunnar Olszewski back to return punts for the Giants. One of their best signings of the season, let's be honest. They could not figure out the punt returner spot early in the season. He stabilized things quite a bit. Oh, he fields this one and gets absolutely destroyed. How was there no flag on that? He's out of bounds for at least a second and gets blown up. There should be a flag on that play. We go to the 7 millionth commercial break in Giants Commanders. Please stop stretching out this dog shit football game. It's a shame that I just don't feel like watching the Giants play, but when they just 5 sacks in the first quarter, we score a touchdown, cool, but 5 sacks in the first quarter is unfathomable. You're on track for 20 sacks allowed in a game. That's got to be an NFL record. Who's the backup quarterback today? Matt Barkley? Oh my God. Because not only is DeVito like, I don't think it's not like he's getting destroyed because he's trying to run with the ball and he's just getting brought down as he's trying to scramble. So it's not like a traditional sack where he's just getting leveled from his blind side or something like that. But he definitely needs to figure something out in terms of getting rid of the ball quicker and not holding on to it and taking sacks. Because really, this is a field position game today. Both offenses are going to struggle all day long. So every yard counts. You cannot be taking 5 sacks in the first quarter. And when he's actually made decisions and tried to throw the ball, he's 6 of 7, 86 yards and a touchdown. Saquon Barkley had 45 receiving yards in the first quarter. Easily his best receiving quarter of the season. Cardinals are up 10-7 on the Houston Texans. Are the Cardinals going to start winning games now with Kyler Murray? Murray threw a 48-yard touchdown to Rondale Moore already in that one. Tank Dell is having a seriously good rookie campaign along with C.J. Stroud, who also has a touchdown. Got Ohio State, Michigan next week. That is a big college football game. As big as it gets. 5 sacks in first quarter. First time by any team in NFL since November 2006 for the Commanders. And they don't have Chase Young and they don't have Montez Sweat. DeVito completes to Barkley on the slant pattern. Second and 3 for DeVito. Drops back. Completes again to Darius Slayton. DeVito now starting to pick up some yardage. Let's go, Tommy. I'm rooting for this kid. 7 of 8, 93 yards. DeVito in the shotgun. Looking. Just throws it at the feet of his check down, Saquon Barkley. I'm fine with that. That's what we need to start seeing from Tommy. Start getting rid of the ball. If no one's open down the field, fine. Throw it at the feet of someone. That's better than taking a sack. Don't try to force everything. But they're using Saquon Barkley in the passing game a lot so far, and that's something we definitely want to see as Giant fans. Your best weapon. The other team is clearly stacking the box against the run game, so you're going to have to use Barkley in creative ways, and they've done that so far. They had him as a wide receiver multiple times. DeVito struggles with the snap, then completes a bullet to Isaiah Hodgins over the middle. How about Tommy DeVito ripping these throws? How about that? Let's go. This is one of the best offensive performances by a quarterback for the Giants all season long. Let's be honest. 9 of 11, 119 yards and a touchdown. I know the interception is coming. Don't get me wrong. But he has 142 quarterback rating right now. DeVito drops back. Good protection. Dumps it off to Daniel Bellinger over the middle, who's walloped by David Mayo. David Mayo is all over the field. Good throw from DeVito, though. Checks it down to the tight end. Makes the right read. Second and 4 for the G-men. Starting to get something going here on offense. Hand it off to Barkley, who does actually break the line of scrimmage, but doesn't do much more than that. Maybe gets a yard. It'll be 3rd and short. Tommy DeVito is ripping throws over the middle. Is 10 for 12, 125 yards and a touchdown. And we're only just beginning in the second quarter. Barkley heads to the sideline on 3rd down. Not what I want to see, to be honest. 3rd and 2. Got to get rid of the ball quickly here. I do not want to see a run play. You will not run the ball with Matt Breida. Show blitz. Breida runs it up the gut. Nowhere to go. One second, guys. Technical difficulties. We back. Sorry about that, guys. A little bit of a lighting issue. Light went out on me. But we back. 4th and 2 for the Giants. DeVito is out there. We're going for it. Too long of a field goal. DeVito breaks a tackle. Gets rid of it and throws it away. Not really what you want to see on 4th and 2. Delayed blitz. David Mayo again is just QB spying the hell out of Tommy DeVito. Another injured commander on the play. Nice job by DeVito breaking the tackle, but then just kind of panicked and threw it out of bounds on 4th and 2. Not what you want to see on 4th and 2. You don't want to just be throwing the ball out of bounds on 4th and 2. Maybe on 3rd and 2. Maybe on 2nd and 2. we'll be all right with that. But on fourth down, we're out there for a reason. Got to try to maybe hit somebody in the hands, my guy. I'm fine with the decision to go for it. Um, just wish we could pick up a blitz here or there. Fine with that decision. Go for it. No problem. What a play by Kenny Pickett. Like, I didn't know he had those type of wheels on him. He just stopped and started so badly on a defensive end. Picked up about 8 yards. Flipped over to the Browns Steelers because this Giant game is a walking commercial. Everybody's getting hurt on the Commanders, which I hate to see, but still. Kenny Pickett goes down. I mean, the Browns defense is scary. Owosu Kurum. Oh no, that's a Conqueror. What's everybody eating today? That's what I want to know because I am starving. As soon as this game is over, I am going to feast. I don't know what I'm going to feast on. I could take some suggestions, but I am starving. It looks like it's just defense. Our defense is just too good in the NFL these days. Mikey hot take is a special segment. Defenses are now too good. I mean, when David Mayo has 2 sacks and 3 tackles for loss in the first quarter, wow, 5 sacks. I mean, that's really what the Giants' issue has been. It could have been 6, really, on that 4th and 2 play. DeVito did a good job escaping, at least, and getting rid of the ball to avoid a sack, which would have, I guess, changed field position for sure. Not a lot going on so far. I guess Houston, Arizona is the best game on the slate as of right now. Tank Dell is 58 yards receiving. Dalton Schultz caught a touchdown for the Texans. Devin Singletary running the ball well for the Texans as well. Kyler Murray has thrown his first pick. Will Anderson has a sack for the Texans. How has he been doing this year, actually? Wow, only 2 sacks. I don't know if he's been hurt. Well, he got one today. Oof. Neither team, Giants or Commanders, showing the ability to run the ball effectively. So it's just going to be all on these quarterbacks. Who's going to make more plays? To this point, Tommy DeVito has looked better than Sam Howell. You can't say anything but that. We're back from break, and Dexter Lawrence. Oh wait, I just missed an entire drive. Sorry about that, guys. I was on the wrong channel. 4th and 16. The Giants get a sack. Dexter Lawrence picks up the sack. The best player on this Giants team, no doubt about it. And the Commanders have already punted. So that's how quickly you can miss a drive in this football game. If you change the channel for a second, the other team is willing to punt. Dexter Lawrence gets a sack. First sack of the game for the G-Men. We almost had a pick, too. Damn, I missed that. Sam Howell is not comfortable with this Wink Martindale defense. First drive of the season that I missed. Apologies for that, but you know what? It seemed like some good defense was played. We got a Dexter Lawrence sack. They already punted, so not much missed there. Just come out and throw the ball. Keep hitting these slant patterns. Darius Slayton having one of his best halves of the season. As sad as that is, 3 catches for 42 yards, 3 targets. I mean, Dexter Lawrence is just a force. Like, I think he's really like Aaron Donald level good at this point. Um, in terms of talent, like he doesn't have the production, I get it, but like his skill level at that position is up there, if not the best in the NFL. I think he's top 2 or 3, no doubt about it. Every week he's blowing up centers and he's kind of requiring double teams and triple teams. DeVito in the shotgun, 1st and 10. Giants have the ball at their own 38. DeVito has the pass knocked right back into his lap by the linebacker who was rushing, Henry. KJ Henry makes a nice play. The Commanders have way too many receivers that they've drafted to not be able to throw the ball at all. 2nd and 10 now for the G-Men. Here comes a predictable ass run. They try to jet sweep for Wan'Dale Robinson. He breaks 1 tackle, gets like 1 yard maybe. Nice play by Percy Butler. 3rd and 9. It's been a very clean game, at least. There has not been a lot of flags, if any. I have not heard. The referees have barely been involved in this one. 3rd and 9. DeVito completes to Wan'Dale Robinson, who lowers his shoulder and gets knocked out of bounds. Wide open Wan'Dale Robinson on the outside. Starts in the slot. Just runs that quick little out pattern. Darius Slayton might have been open as well if DeVito wanted to throw that. Nevertheless, a 1st down and the Giants across midfield at the Commander 49. DeVito in the shotgun. Gets rid of it again. Completes to Jalen Hyatt for about 8 yards. Jalen Hyatt's 1st catch of the day. 11 of 15, 136 for Tommy DeVito. A touchdown here, and we're really cooking with gas. Start getting your wrist action going. This is what it's all about. The Sunday sauce for Tommy DeVito. He's going to be making some beautiful Sunday sauce tonight if he gets his 1st career W as a starter. 2nd and 3, DeVito. Gives it up the middle to Barkley. It depends on where they spot it. He might be just a bit short. 10 rookie quarterbacks have started games this season, including Tommy DeVito and Tyson Bagent. These are some of the rookies that they're including. Third and 1. They say Barkley was stopped short. DeVito, play action. Wide open, Darius Slayton. Slayton to the house for a touchdown. How about that? What a play call on 3rd and 1. The Giants run play action, and DeVito throws it to Slayton for the touchdown. The second TD of the game for Tommy DeVito. How about this? He's playing some football. Tommy DeVito, respect him. Respect it. I'm about to get my gold chain action going on. Let's go. How about Darius Slayton also on this catch? First of all, he's wide open. Everyone goes with Isaiah Hodgins. Slayton just gives a little shimmy in the open field and gets to the end zone. Heck of a throw and play design from the G-men, and they go up 14-3. Let's go. Tommy DeVito. Have yourself a day, young man. 13 for 17, 184 yards, and 2 touchdowns in the first half. Am I dreaming? Is this a fever dream? Three of four, 59 yards and a touchdown on that drive from Tommy DeVito. Imagine Brian Daboll next year is just like, Tommy DeVito is my guy. That's my quarterback. Heck of a drive from DeVito and the Giants. I'm just kind of stunned at what I'm seeing here, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, you have Tommy DeVito throwing for 184 yards in the first half. Tommy DeVito said, "Everything I need is at the house. I don't have to worry about laundry, what I'm eating for dinner. My mom still makes my bed." Tommy DeVito living the dream, being an NFL quarterback and having your mom still make your bed. Unbelievable. He's putting out enough film now where he's going to be an NFL player next year. Like, this is big for him. Like, this is a very, very solid quarter and a half from Tommy DeVito, despite the sacks. Commanders have the ball back. They give it to Brian Robinson Jr. on the first play of the drive, and he gets about 4, maybe 3. Has not been a good running game for him either. I believe that's 7 carries for about 26 yards for Brian Robinson. The run game has not gotten going. Second and 6 for the Commanders. They give it to Brian Robinson again. He puts his foot in the ground and picks up a first. Physical run. He's such a physical runner, Brian Robinson. He's leveled by Trey Hawkins at the end of that play, though. This is insane. I have no idea what I'm seeing, Ray. I don't know what I'm watching. I understand. I get it. Tank, 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 tank. Like, let's give this kid some credit. And as football fans, as Giant fans, I mean, it's nice to see that the offensive coordinator and Brian Daboll is capable of, generating some offense and showing a good game plan against a team that should be beating you, to be honest with you. 2nd and 10 now. Second and 5. They hit Terry McLaurin on a quick slant. 420. Oh, 2nd and 2. So they say they picked up 8 on that. I thought it was shorter. 4:20 remaining, second quarter. Giants could get off the field here. It'd be another feather in their cap towards I mean, blowing this team out. Hal hands it off. It was such a weird play. Are the referees going to make a call in this game? Have we seen a flag yet? The Commanders pick up a first down. They hand the ball off. I think that was Derek Gore who picks up a first. No Antonio Gibson today for the Commanders, so Derek Gore is going to get some of the backup carries, the RB2 carries, if you will, for Brian Robinson. First and 10 for the Commanders at their own 46-yard line. Hand off to Gore again. Gore. Is it Gore? Oh, it's Rodriguez Jr., actually. Excuse me. He's the one who's been getting the last couple of carries. Didn't see him in the first quarter. Saw him in the first time these two teams played. He looked solid. Second down, good carry from Rodriguez. Excuse me. Whew. Hal under center, play action fake, steps up, all day to throw, drops it off to his tight end, number 87. Bates makes the catch. So nice little drive forming up for the Commanders here. Let's see if the Giants can get sturdy again. Hal in the shotgun on first and 10 in Giants territory now at their own 36. Brian Robinson makes a couple of nice jump cuts and picks up a first down. Very nice run from Robinson. Very good vision. And that'll bring us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remaining, first half. Giants up 14-3. Tommy DeVito is throwing the ball all over the yard, and we had no idea this was possible, and we had no idea that it was going to happen today. But you know what? Definitely a long night for sure. Was out late in the city, the beautiful city that never sleeps. And now I would like to be part of that sleeping process. But it's all right. I'm not sleeping now. Tommy DeVito is throwing the ball over the yard. This is going to be one of those games you look back at and just laugh about for years. Like, remember that time Tommy DeVito just ripped apart the Commanders? Now he's bagging groceries down the shore. Pretty boring game in Cleveland as well. Browns up 7-0 on the Steelers. Neither team can play offense in that game either, or both teams are just really good at defense. Whatever you want to call it. Dorian Thompson-Robinson is the quarterback for the Browns. They just tried to throw a screen pass, and it was completely blown up by Alex Highsmith. So this is unbelievable, though. The fact that Tommy DeVito is on track for like 300 yards passing, over 300 yards passing. I just never thought we'd even see this good of a half out of him at all. So let's not get it twisted, though. The Commanders have turned the ball over twice in this first half. They do get the ball to start the second half. So if they're able to score on this drive here, it's far from over. Far from over. Especially with these two quarterbacks in the game, you cannot expect this game to be wrapped up at any moment. Turnovers aplenty, sacks aplenty, injuries could happen. So stay tuned. It's going to be an interesting second half. Are the Giants going to go into the tank and start losing on purpose? We'll start to see if that happens. I mean, I don't feel like this is in the NFL, you're not actually tanking, I don't think. I mean, the act of tanking is playing Tommy DeVito. You can't do much else but play a third string rookie quarterback and expect to lose. That's as tanking as it gets. But if the kid just has moxie and is able to process things and make wide open throws, why not? Wink Martindale and the Giants have allowed 37 points in the first to end the first half in the final 2 minutes. That's the most in the NFL this year. They really got to pick it up in the 2-minute drill to end the first half. The Commanders do get the ball start the second half, as I mentioned a second ago. They're at the Giant 25. Hal, play action, bootlegs to his left, to his right, excuse me. Gets it out to Brian Robinson Jr., who's knocked out of bounds after about a 7-yard gain. So it was a simple, they're giving Sam Howell simple reads, just getting him out of the pocket. They're really just trying to move Sam Howell away from Dexter Lawrence. And that's what all these teams have been doing to the Giants all year long, is they've just been bootlegging their quarterbacks to get as far away from Dexter Lawrence as possible. Because if you stand there in the middle of the pocket and wait, Dexter Lawrence will get there before you're ready for it. Let's be honest. 2nd and 4. Let's get a pick. Somebody make a play. Hal rolls to his right, just throws it out of bounds. Nowhere to go with that. Was getting some pressure, had to get rid of it. 3rd and 4 now. Big play coming up with the Commanders. Kayvon Thibodeau was the guy who flushed him out of the pocket. Third and 4, big play here for the Commanders. I don't know. I don't think completion. I think that's Scary Terry who makes the catch. It is. So it'll be a first down for the Commanders. They are in striking distance, 1st and goal. Not saying it should happen, but BSing purposes, how bad does the rest of the year have to look for a regime change? Well, it sounds like Wink is gone. I don't think there's any way that Dable and Shane are gone after this year in my mind. I don't really think there's because at this point, Ray, you have to look at the injuries. Like, you're on your 3rd string quarterback. Yes, early in the year it didn't look good, and you kind of just shot yourself in the foot regardless of the injuries. But at this point, it's like, are you going to judge them based on Tommy DeVito not being able to, taking 20 sacks in the game? I don't know. I'm gonna just throw out. I'm gonna still value what I saw last year to a certain extent. I'm gonna say that there was a lot of bad luck. I mean, Andrew Thomas going out in week 1. You have a kick blocked in the first game, like drive of the season, like stuff like that. It just changes momentum and things start to spiral. We'll see. I'll give them next year as well. I'm gonna give them next year. Hal hands off to Brian Robinson, who's running hard, but wrapped up by Kayvon Thibodeau. Big time play from Kayvon. 1:36 remaining. Giants will use their final timeout to, I guess, try to see if they can get the ball back here. I don't think they're going to do anything anyway with less than a minute left. We'll see. Commanders have struggled in the red zone today. Obviously, only one trip, but it was not successful. Tyreek Hill questionable to return against Raiders. Second and goal. Hal in the shotgun. Tries to bootleg right. Steps up. He's going to take it himself. Sam Howell runs into the end zone for a touchdown. And there's a flag at the end of the play. A lot of fighting going on. Wow, guys throwing bombs. Huge fight. Huge fight happening. Is Hal injured at the end of this play? It's going to be a touchdown for Sam Howell running the ball. He broke like a few tackles, but at the very end of this play, he gets tossed on his ass. This was a crazy play. So Hal looks like he breaks the plane. I can't hear if there was a whistle, if they said he was in. He's definitely in right there, I guess. But Xavier McKinney continues to fight, and they don't they don't signal for a touchdown. So you're supposed to keep playing. Who knows if he actually broke the plane at that point if you're a defensive player, and then Xavier McKinney just shoves him out of bounds at the very end of the play, and then eventually they give him the touchdown. I think. Daboll coaching has just been horrendous, and throwing a potential franchise QB into the mix with the regime on their last leg isn't ideal. Yeah, I just don't subscribe to this like revolving door of coaches BS. I don't like it. We were all in on Daboll last year. The guy has pedigree. The guy was good last year. We won a playoff game last year. I'm not just bailing on him this year. There was a lot of bad luck. I get it. Jones wasn't playing well, but then go look at Andrew Thomas wasn't playing for 6 weeks. The offensive line injuries were a huge problem. Saquon was out. Like it's always they need to build up the offensive line. Obviously, it's playing okay for Tommy DeVito today, but is it though? Because been sacked 6 times, 5 times, and Sam Howell's headed back to the blue tent. So that's tough. Xavier McKinney. I don't look at it as like a regime on their last leg. Like you have to also decide like they didn't draft Daniel Jones. Yeah, they signed off on giving him a big contract, but I also believe the Maras kind of forced their hand on that. They're like, we pretty much believe this kid is the real deal, and we're going to give him money. And you can't really blame Daboll and Shane for that. If he's not the guy, he's not the guy. You can blame ownership. You can blame ownership, which is why I think that Daboll and Shane will stay. If for some reason they get forced into not taking a quarterback, then that's an issue. If they have like say the number 2 or 3 pick with one of those top guys sitting right there, and they pass on him for another position, and they buy in on Jones, that's something I can't necessarily agree with because that seems like the ownership just meddling too much. I think they should stand pat too, but we were all on McAdoo's year one. I'm just saying, yeah, I don't think this is a horribly coached like I don't know. That being said, McAdoo and Judge never won playoff games either way. Like you could say that, but they never won a playoff game. So like I've seen Brian Daboll bring it like when it's all working for him with not the most talent in the NFL. I've seen him lead a team on the road and win a playoff game. Yeah, I'm giving you have to let Shane and Daboll make the decision themselves. You cannot have ownership forcing the issue one way or the other. I'm sick of that. That reminds me of old school like James Dolan stuff. We don't hear anything about James Dolan anymore, and all of a sudden the Knicks are doing well. It's not a coincidence. We should not want to hear the Maras names anymore. 14-9 is your score. Commanders yet to add the extra point. There was a bunch of penalties on that play. Huge fight after the play, obviously, because Sam Howell might be out for this game. He was shaken up, looked concussed. I got to be honest, Jacoby Brissett comes in this game, they win easily. Kick is up, and no good. He missed the extra point. Joey Sly misses the extra point. Unbelievable. Can you blame the referees for that injury on Sam Howell though? Because like, how do you not blow it dead right there? How do you not blow your whistle and signal for a touchdown? And then also, I'm sorry, you have the female official just like trying really hard not to get involved in this fight because obviously she shouldn't. There's a bunch of 300-pound men getting into a fist fight. The female referee does not need to jump in there, but she's still trying to break it up. I can't believe Joey Sly missed an extra point there. The Commanders are a comedy of errors. They really are. And my other thing about Sure, GMs, I have no idea. Like, there's probably a bunch of candidates out there for GM that are really good. Coaching wise, like, it's such a crapshoot. I just don't want to go back into the coaching market. Let's start to try to at least have a coach that has a system and time. Yeah, I mean that's true too. McAdoo wasn't allowed to pick. I guess you could say Mahomes, but he also like he tried to play Geno Smith, who's currently a starter in the NFL. We could have had like 7 years of decent Geno Smith quarterback play if we just listened to Ben McAdoo, but we didn't do that. We got rid of him. We banned Geno, acted like he was a clown, and now he's beat us twice in the last 2 years. Geno Smith. So a minute 32 remaining. A minute 32 remaining. Second quarter. What is everybody eating today? I cannot emphasize enough how starving I am. I don't even know if I have anything to munch on in between first half and the second half, but I'm going to order pounds and pounds of food. A pound isn't enough. I need pounds. A minute 32 remaining. Giants have no timeouts. DeVito 2-minute drill action. Quick out route to Isaiah Hodgins. Completes it for about 5 or 6. Hodgins gets out of bounds. Exactly what you want with no timeouts on that play. If the Giants can somehow get into field goal range here, that would be really impressive. Second and 5 for DeVito. He drops back. The pocket's collapsing, and he's going to go down for the 6th time today. Just can't have that in a 2-minute drill. That just ruins the whole drive, really, right there. You might as well just take this. The Commanders are going to use another timeout now. I mean, pocket does collapse. It gets pushed back very quickly. 3rd and 12 now for the Giants. Let's see if they can pick this up. Maybe you keep it on the ground here and just try to make the Commanders use another timeout. I don't know. I'm thinking all types of things. I'm probably gonna order food tonight. I don't have the energy to prepare anything or buy anything and then make it. 3rd and 12. DeVito takes the snap, gets rid of it, dropped by Darius Slayton. Easily could have been caught, but he dropped it. Hits him right in the hands. Hits him right in the hands. Got to make the play. He gets hit in the back as soon as he tries to make the catch, but his hands aren't good enough. What am I in the mood for? I don't know. Chicken, burger. I'm thinking about Popeyes. Thinking about. I've had too much pizza this week. Not in the mood for that. Something to line the stomach. Just pounds and pounds of food. They punt the ball. Might order Popeyes to be honest with you. That's my hangover move typically. Free endorsement for the Louisiana Kitchen. 1 minute 12, 10 seconds remaining now. The Commanders have 2 timeouts. Time management not good, but I mean, listen, Darius Slayton, you got to catch the damn ball, my guy. That should have been a nice conversion for the Giants. DeVito put it right on his hands and he dropped it. 1st and 10. Will the Giants spoil what was a pretty decent half? Xavier McKinney makes a nice play in the backfield on Byron Pringle. McKinney is fired up. They keep him in bounds as well, which is big. He does not get knocked out of bounds. Hal sacked Kayvon Thibodeau with a big sack. He's played really well in this first half. Kayvon has definitely had a good season. I usually get the regular chicken sandwich with fries, and then I'll also get a little 3-piece tender on this like extra if I'm really trying to munch out, which I will be today. And then you get a couple biscuits as well. Nothing wrong with that. 3-piece tender, then a little regular chicken sandwich, and then you take a nap. You take a little sports nap at like 5 o'clock. It sounds delightful for me today. Sounds perfect. Third and 20 after the Kayvon Thibodeau sack. Kayvon is definitely one of these players on the Giants that you look at his season, you say, all right, he's headed in the right direction at the very least. That's his 9.5 sack on the year, I think. Hal gets rid of it in the flats. Not exactly sure why I guess he just wasn't going to pick up a first down, so he might as well let the clock run. That'll be the last play of the half. Everyone will head back to the locker room. Giants get a stop. 14-9 is your score. Tommy DeVito has played really well, all things considered. He's taken 6 sacks, which is the sign of a quarterback that doesn't necessarily know what he's doing. But when it's time to pull the trigger, he's hitting guys in their hands. Like Darius Slayton dropped the third down conversion on that last drive. It was not Tommy DeVito's fault. DeVito, 14 of 19, 189 yards, 2 touchdowns in the first half. Darius Slayton had a drop, but did have 4 catches, 82 yards, and that big touchdown, that 40-yard touchdown catch. Saquon Barkley, 3 catches, 52 yards, and a touchdown to lead the Giants. Those are your 2 leading receivers. Offensively for the Commanders, it's really been nothing. They've had a couple of decent run plays. Brian Robinson Jr. started to get loose a little bit towards the end of that second quarter. They got to guard Terry McLaurin. He's gotten 5 targets, 34 yards. They're doing a good job not letting him beat them deep. The Commanders turned the ball over twice and are only down 5. And the Giants have had one of their better throwing halves of the season. Definitely one of their more productive passing halves, and it was with Tommy DeVito as a quarterback, which is why we get so frustrated when we see the starters and Tyrod not be able to move the ball whatsoever. I mean, the Commanders don't have one of the worst defenses in the NFL. They have some guys on that defense. I know they sold some players. They're not the same team they were when they started the season, but Tommy DeVito's capable of coming out here and throwing 200 yards against the Commanders in the first half. Why couldn't he throw for 100 against the Jets when he came in and we win that game? And then all of a sudden, your season isn't completely an embarrassment, and you're not talking about tanking. Like Tommy DeVito, I get it. He probably wasn't prepared for that game against the Jets, and the Jets do have a really good defense as well. But I don't know. Now, looking back on it now, it's almost more frustrating to see how competent DeVito's looked today and how scared we looked with him in previous weeks. Why at least didn't we give him a chance to make a couple of plays? Today, he looks confident. He's getting the ball out. Whenever he does get the ball out, he's hitting guys in their hands. Darius Slayton dropped towards the end of that half. Kind of bothered me a little bit because that's the type of play you need to keep making for your quarterback in his first career start. You need to keep his confidence up, and it was a 3rd and long, and DeVito made the throw, hit him in the hands. Darius Slayton couldn't hold on to it. So that's how we're going to end the half. I'm going to take a little bit of break, recharge the batteries, use the restroom, all that good stuff, and we will be back for this entire second half. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Giants games are on. That means MHT is on. That is going to be the routine for the indefinite future, no matter how bad this team is, no matter how good this team is. So stick around with me, grab a snack, get a beverage, and chill out. We'll be back in a few. And we're back. What's up, everybody? We're back. We might have a turnover already on the kickoff. Giants football. Commanders have fumbled the kickoff. Third Washington turnover. Let's see. Was he down or is the ball out? Ball is out. Byron Pringle puts the ball on the ground. You fix this mic. Mike, fix your mic. There we go. Better. The ball is out. We'll see if they say his knee was down or something. The ball looks out to me. Giants recovered it. Gervarius Owens, the rookie, recovers the fumble. The rookie out of Houston. Let's go. 3 turnovers the Giants have forced today. And they have it in Commander territory to start the half. Unbelievable. DeVito sack lunch on the first play of the half. Like, you could not have gotten an easier sack. Hill, never heard of this guy. Literally untouched. Goes around Tyree Phillips. What is Tyree Phillips doing? Oh my God, he just ran right by the free rusher to the right. That is just a crazy play. The offensive line looks horrible. 2nd and 17 after the 7th sack of the game taken by Tommy DeVito. The only good news is he hasn't fumbled the football on one of these sacks. DeVito airs it out, looking for Hyatt. No, looking for Paris Campbell. No, who the hell is that? Who the hell is number? Is that Sterling Shepard? Incomplete. Every time DeVito throws it down the field, it feels like he has a chance to complete it. It doesn't feel like, he's a second away from throwing a pick. Third and 17 for the G-men. DeVito is going to get sacked again. Like, Jonathan Allen gets a sack. Like, who is blocking? Giants will punt and will play a field position game. I mean, you get gifted a turnover like that, and you can't gain a yard. You lose 7 yards. You actually knock yourself deep out of worse field position. Commanders call for a fair catch at their 9 or 8 yard line. I mean, DeVito got sacked twice on that drive alone. Both times, it really, he had no chance. He had no chance. It looked like early Daniel Jones weeks that we've seen so much for this Giants team. Like, we start naming some of the weakest position groups in sports, like Giants offensive line, or the Mets bullpen, or I don't know, the Knicks point guard before they got Jalen Brunson. That is how bad the offensive line for the Giants is. One of the traditionally worst position groups in sports. The fact that we still hold on to guys like Sean O'Hara and David Deal from 11 years ago, it shows how bad our offensive line play has been since then. On that drive alone, 2 free rushers, 2 free untouched rushers against a third-string quarterback. The fact that Tommy DeVito hasn't fumbled the football is a sign of all right, cool, at least he has a little bit of brains about him. He knows he's going to be on his butt this whole game. Well, it's getting frustrating. All these drives just getting blown up because of bad blocking. Just no blocking at the point of attack. And I get it. This seems like a pattern for a lot of teams in the NFL. A lot of teams struggle to block some of these elite defensive pass rushers and stuff like that. But the Giants never have good protection. Never. 8 sacks for the Commanders defense, and they're down 14-9. 2 fumbles. Yeah, Alfred Payton was before Jalen Brunson. Remember that. But before Alfred Payton, it was like 10 other guys, like Chris Duhon and like those type of guys. Obviously, I'm going way back with Duhon, but you know what I mean. Emmanuel Mudiay. The Giants' offensive line unit is the worst unit in professional sports, bar none. Bar none. No depth and so many reps every single week with guys just not even getting hands on people. Like, how do you continue to get employed and get paid as a professional offensive lineman when there's so much film of you not even putting your hands on someone on every single rep? I know it sounds easier than it is, but that's what you get paid to do. Just put your hands on someone. We haven't even been called for a hold in this game. How have you been sacked 8 times and we haven't been called for a hold? Maybe we should start trying to hold. There's a thought. 1st and 10 for Sam Howell. Howell gets rid of it quickly in the flats to Brian Robinson, and he's quickly met by Micah McFadden. Maybe gets a yard. Force a turnover here, and you're really in good shape. You might as well just stop. Like, if the Giants start doing this, they need to start doing this where they get in the field goal range. They just kick a field goal on 1st down. Stop trying to lose yardage and get yourself knocked out of field goal range. Start kicking field goals on 1st down and just apply points in this. In this game, you just put points on the board. You look great. Hal gives it to Brian Robinson Jr. again. Robinson, tough running until he's eventually brought down by Dane Belton. So it was a 4 or 5 yard gain from Robinson. Really tough run. They could have knocked him down earlier than that, but he fought hard. It'll be 3rd and 4. It's kind of a big play in the scheme of this game. If the Commanders can get a drive going here, I think the game will be over. DeVito's officially out of ideas and getting sacked every 2 seconds. Dexter Lawrence gets pressure. Howell able to evade. Rolls. I don't know how that's not a hold. Sam Howell picks up a 1st down with his legs. Should have been a hold. Kayvon gets held at the end of this play, and it allows Sam Howell to turn the corner. But good evasion from Sam Howell. But Charles Leno is holding Kayvon Thibodeau. Maybe not. Whatever. Tyreek Hill is back and has 121 yards receiving for the Dolphins. What a beast. 1st and 10. Handoff up the gut to Chris, or is that Rodriguez? It's about 3 yards on 1st down. Giants' defensive line definitely not as dominant as the Commanders' defensive line today. Giants have 0 rushing yards and have allowed 8 sacks. So if you think that's good offensive line play, I don't know what to tell you. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up for your boy. We're chilling. We're watching Giants football while they have 0 rushing yards. So Howell gets it out to the flats. De'Ami Brown picks up a 1st down. By the way, earlier in that 1st half, should have mentioned Cordell Flott and Curtis Samuel were ejected for that fight on the Sam Howell touchdown run. So I think that's a bigger loss for the Giants, to be honest with you, now that like Flott was playing well. He forced a fumble in that 1st half. He's played well this season. I think that's a bigger loss for the Giants. Curtis Samuel, he's a solid receiver, but they have options. They have De'Ami Brown. They have Jahan Dotson and Terry McLaurin, obviously. Handoff is to Brian Robinson Jr. on 1st and 10. He gets maybe 1. 2nd and 9. Referees, are they going to throw a flag? It's clearly a false start. Hal throws it off his back foot out of bounds. They finally did throw a flag. What's the call? Offside on Azeez Ojulari. First penalty of the game comes in the third quarter. I highly doubt this has been a completely clean game if the referees went back and looked at it. 2nd and 4 after the offside on Azeez Ojulari, the first flag of the game. They set up a screen to Chris Rodriguez, who picks up a first down and then is stopped. They pick up the first, though. All this short passing game for the Commanders. All right. 1st and 10 for the Commies, the in Giant territory now. Hal, good protection, flush to his right, throws across his body, completes to Bates. I can't tell if this dude's a tight end or a receiver. He's like really skinny, but he's white, so he's probably a tight end. Let's be honest. 2nd and 3. Decent throw from Hal. Just rolls to his right, threw across his body, and Bates makes a nice catch with guys around him. Second and 3 for Hal. Let's force another turnover. Why not? Handoff up the gut to Rodriguez, and he picks up a first. He's running well. I don't know. Never honestly heard of this dude. Chris Rodriguez Jr. What college did he go to? Kentucky. How about that? 8 carries for 0 yards on the ground, the Giants today. Commanders have been able to run it. 22 carries, 109 yards. Sam Howell getting a lot of those on some scramble plays. 1st and 10. Howell all day to throw it. Looks down the field, looking, overthrows. Looking for Logan Thomas. Gave his guy a chance, I guess. Incomplete. Good coverage from Xavier McKinney and a couple of Giants in the corner of the end zone. .709 remaining third quarter. Let me update the quarter marker. Never do that. Never remember to do it. 2nd and 10. I'll be fine with Howell trying to take shots down the field. It's the quick passing game and the run game that's killing the Giants. Nice play, tackle for loss for Micah McFadden. They try to hand it off to Robinson Jr. and McFadden read it perfectly. 3rd and 11 coming up. Commanders 3 of 7 on 3rd down. Giants are 4 of 10. 3rd and 11. Giants bring pressure. Commanders set up a screen. Isaiah Simmons able to wrap up before the first down is gained, and the Commanders will have to kick a field goal. Nice play from Isaiah Simmons. I haven't heard his name much this season, to be honest with you. Was out there on third down, I guess, for coverage, for his speed, and he makes a nice play on the screen, read it well. Commanders trying to set up a ton of screens, trying to set up a ton of short passes for Sam Howell. He does not look comfortable throwing it down the field right now today. 42-yard attempt for Joey Sly after he missed the extra point earlier. Something to note. Hopefully, I'm assuming he's going to bang this now. Yeah, he gets that one. 14-12 is your score. 5:43 remaining, third quarter. Whoever kicks more field goals in the second half is going to win. It's that simple. You know both teams are going to be settling for field goal attempts. I'm dead serious when I'm talking about the Giants. I'm thinking on first down, like if you have the ball, like they did just to start the half when there was a fumble on the kick return, just start kicking field goals on first down because you're going backwards every pass attempt, every rushing attempt. With the sacks and the fact that Saquon Barkley has 0 yards rushing today is just embarrassing. So we need to start kicking field goals on first and second down. I think that's the new wave for teams that suck. Just take your points. Don't go backwards. Don't give yourself a chance to hurt yourself. When your defense just gave you 3 points, just take 3. Don't try to make it 7. Take 3. Unless you're down. If you're down, then obviously you want to keep going for touchdowns. But if the Giants were up 17-12 right now, I'd feel a lot better. A field goal game now, this is just waiting to be. And I know everyone's like, Mike, we want to lose. I get it. That's not my mindset when we're watching a football game in November, okay? Giants are playing. I don't want them to get embarrassed by the Commanders. Tommy DeVito, let's make this game stand for something. Let's make him look like an actual NFL player, which he did and didn't really in this first half. I mean, the amount of sacks he's taking is unacceptable. It's like a stat pad game for the Commanders' defense. We got the Brooklyn Nets about to play as well against the 76ers. That'll be interesting. See how they hold up there. But Giants at Commanders. We're midway through this third quarter. I'm losing steam. This game is taking forever. Both teams, no explosive plays, really, to be honest with you. It's just been between the 20s, a lot of play between the 20s, a lot of defense, a lot of punting. From the Commanders' perspective, a lot of putting the ball on the ground. Thanksgiving games this week, we have a 10:30 Green Bay versus Detroit. Oh, that's when the coverage begins. Green Bay versus Detroit probably is at noon. Washington, Dallas, San Francisco, Seattle. Yeah, not a lot of football that I care about watching. Karen was at a soccer game. What soccer game were you at? Just like a local, someone you know that plays, or like a professional game? I'd like to see some more of what we saw in the first half from Tommy DeVito, hitting guys that are wide open. You knew Tommy would do something today, Karen. You thought he was going to perform today when you woke up. He's been taking a lot of sacks. That's for sure. He's been sacked 8 times, and we're midway through the third quarter. DeVito gets rid of it quickly to Wan'Dale Robinson, who breaks a tackle. Wan'Dale Robinson down the sideline. We'll see where he spot him out. He was already out of bounds. They don't throw a flag. But a great play by Wan'Dale Robinson after the catch. That's what we've been waiting to see from Wan'Dale since he was drafted. He's supposed to be a yards after catch guy. He looks explosive when we see him in the open field. 3 catches for 35 yards for Wan'Dale Robinson. Giants pick up a first. This time, DeVito and Jalen Hyatt are not in sync. There's a flag on the play. Ineligible player downfield. DeVito tried to throw it, and it looked like it was the team thought it was a run. So that's not good. Jalen Hyatt and Tyree Phillips both were set up as if that was a run play, and DeVito tried to throw it to Jalen Hyatt, who was not looking. So that was the ugliest throw of the day from Tommy. Most of his throws have been solid. It's more about the fact that he takes a little bit too long in the pocket to get rid of the ball, and he's been taking some big sacks. 1st and 15 after the ineligible man downfield. DeVito down the field looking. Hyatt can't adjust. Not the best throw. Hyatt really didn't work back to the ball in time either. Good coverage by Kendall Fuller. Just a go route for Hyatt. I mean, put it towards a little bit too far towards the sideline, and Hyatt kind of pushes off at the end there. 2nd and 15, incomplete. You know a sack is coming. It's been too long. What did I say? Ask and you shall receive. There's a sack. Ninth sack of the day. Tommy DeVito has lost 45 yards on sacks alone today. That's not what you want to see. Now it's 3rd and 22. Be shocked if the Giants actually try to do something important here. They throw a screen pass to Sterling Shepard, who gets about 5 or 6 yards. It'll be 4th down. Justin Fields to DJ Moore, and the Bears are beating the Lions in Detroit. Another punt coming for Jamie Gillen. It's nearly blocked. It is blocked. It gets tipped. Takes a very solid Giants roll. And the Commanders will take over at their own 30. The Giants' best offense the rest of this game is going to be having their defense on the field. That was probably the worst sack that he's taken in terms of violence, Karen, of the game. Like, I know he's taken 9 sacks, but that one looked like it hurt the most. Full body weight getting slammed on you. Not fun. Getting a little frustrated watching all the sacks. The pocket's collapsing immediately. Like, it's hard to blame DeVito for a lot of these because the pocket collapses. Any type of blitz that's being sent, nobody picks it up. Free rushers almost every play. Giants not really getting DeVito moving side to side. Like, the Commanders know they can't block really that well, so they're moving Sam Howell side to side, getting him in a lot of bootlegs, and making simple throws. And the Giants really haven't done that with Tommy DeVito. It's been straight up drop back, sit in the pocket, get sacked. When he's had time, he's made good throws for the most part. I would like to see him start checking it down a little bit more. Like, I mean, I like the aggressiveness that DeVito's playing with today. He's clearly trying to attack downfield a little bit. Yeah, the offensive line needs to help him. The offensive line needs God's help first, Karen. Before they do anything, they're going to need a higher powers help on this Sunday because they can't do anything against this Commanders defense in terms of blocking. First and 10 for Sam Howell. Commanders take over at their own 23. Howell hands it off. Brian Robinson gets to the outside, picks up a first, and then some. Brian Robinson Jr. with his best run of the day gets to the 40. Kayvon Thibodeau doesn't set a good edge there, and Robinson just takes the outside. This is a Giants tank job if I've ever seen one. "14 carries, 67 yards for Brian Robinson Jr. That was probably his best run of the day for sure. Howell hands it off. Robinson wrapped up in the backfield. That'll be a tackle for loss. Howell drops back, hits his tight end. Nope. Yeah, hits his tight end Logan Thomas over the middle. Bobby Okereke wraps him up 2 yards shy of the first down. So it'll be 3rd and 2 for Washington. 2 minutes remaining, third quarter. Third and 2, big play. Not in field goal range. They hand it off. Chris Rodriguez right up the middle. Hard run. Giants doing that thing where they don't tackle anymore. First down for Chris Rodriguez. They're getting it ran down their throats now. 40 yards on 5 carries for Rodriguez Jr. Darnay Holmes misses a tackle. First and 10. Handoff is to Rodriguez Jr. again. He's fumbled. He fumbled. The Giants have it. Giants have it. The 4th turnover of the game, the 3rd fumble. Chris Rodriguez Jr. just as he was dominating and had his best run of the game, fumbled the football. Definitely fumbled it. Ball is out. How about that? This Giants defense popping the ball loose this week. This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. The Commanders have fumbled 4 times. I don't know if I've ever seen that. Oh, no, 3 times. They fumbled 3 times and Howell's thrown a pick. 3 fumbles. Wow. That's the only way the Giants were going to be in this game is if they forced a bunch of turnovers, won the turnover battles handily. Unbelievable turn of events. Chris Rodriguez Jr., who we just were noting, has 6 carries for 43 yards, averaging over 7 yards per carry. Before that carry, he was averaging over 8 yards per carry, and then he got stripped. Who gets credit for the forced fumble? McFadden ended up picking that up. So he gets credit for the recovery. Unbelievable. Giants haven't even kicked a field goal today. Just straight up 2 drives they put together of the 20 attempts they've had. Are we going to attempt to run the ball again today? Is the question. We're back from break. 42 seconds left, third quarter. DeVito under center. It looks like we'll pitch it to Saquon. Saquon has a gap. Picks up a first down and more. Saquon Barkley off to the races. They're trying to strip the ball. They don't get it. Saquon's biggest run of the game. Let's go. They get Saquon to the edge. First time all game that we've had any room to get Saquon out there in space. And he fights. Huge carry. We'll have to run one more play before the end of. No, we won't, actually. The play clock. That'll bring us to the fourth quarter. Big carry from Saquon Barkley, a 36-yard run. He was at -2 rushing yards today, just like that. He skyrockets to 34 total. Shows how bad it was before that, but we bring it to the fourth quarter. Put your fours up. 14-12 is your score. A touchdown drive here just ends it. As far as I'm concerned, a touchdown drive here ends this game. The way the Commanders are playing offensively, they have not been able to throw the ball down the field today. Yes, they've dominated in the run game at times, especially recently. I mean, they have 145 yards on the ground, including 35 of his own from Sam Howell. Chris Rodriguez Jr. with a fumble. Unbelievable. We need a touchdown, Karen. We cannot settle for a field goal. It's not going to get it done. If you're trying to win today, you need a touchdown on this drive. I don't care how you do it. You finally got some momentum with Barkley with a big carry. You should have good field position coming out of break. Dallas is only up 7 on the Carolina Panthers. Interesting. Big day for Calvin Ridley. He's got 2 touchdowns and over 100 yards receiving. Tough day at the office for Will Levis and company. Only 100 yards passing for Will Levis, and they're in the fourth quarter. The 2-8 New York Giants have a chance to get their third win, their second win of the year against the Commanders. Giants now at the Commander 32 after the big Barkley run. They run play action. DeVito slings it out wide. Daniel Bellinger's wide open. He gets knocked out of bounds at around the 5-yard line. You see what happens when you finally break a big run for Saquon on first down? The Commanders start to stack the box. Their linebackers are selling out for the play action. The Giants finally pick up the rush well enough, and Bellinger's wide open. First and goal for Tommy DeVito. Have to imagine Saquon's going to get a touch here. They give it to Barkley. He gets maybe 2 yards. Dallas, just as I said, they were only up one score. They score again. Second and goal. DeVito under center. They bring Wan'Dale Robinson in motion. DeVito tries to fire to Sterling Shepard. Too high, incomplete. I cannot believe how many reps Sterling Shepard is getting. That was a laser beam from Tommy DeVito. I didn't know he had that type of arm strength. Good read. I mean, he was man-on-man coverage. Shepard had inside leverage, but good job by Emmanuel Forbes getting inside. Dangerous throw with the leverage that Forbes had. He could have picked that off easily if he was ready for it. All right. Big third down and goal. DeVito in the shotgun. Drops back. Slings it over to Barkley for the touchdown. What a throw and catch. Second touchdown of the day for Saquon through the air, and the Giants take the lead. What a throw from Tommy DeVito. The only window he could have put that ball and kept Saquon's momentum going forward. If he puts that a hair behind Saquon, it's either incomplete or Saquon's getting tackled short of the line, short of the touchdown. But what a play! They run the quick crossing route for Barkley, and Barkley is able to break the plane. Big time play. Randy Bullock adds the extra point, and the Giants take a 21-12 lead. 2 receiving touchdowns today for Saquon Barkley. 3 touchdown passes for Tommy DeVito. I think those are his parents in the crowd. What a game from DeVito. 18 of 26, 246 yards passing, and 3 touchdowns for Tommy DeVito. Unbelievable. That big play on that drive was Saquon's first carry, and then that sets up a perfect play action to Daniel Bellinger, who's wide open. DeVito made the right read. Maybe Tommy DeVito is the backup quarterback of the future. Tommy DeVito would have been what a play in fantasy if you had to start him today. And 3 touchdowns, no picks, 9.5 yards per completion for Tommy DeVito. Saquon Barkley has 2 receiving touchdowns on 5 targets. I mean, Saquon's giving it his best this year. You got to give him credit. He's only at 568 yards rushing coming into today. Trevor Lawrence, best game of the season, no doubt, for the Jags today. Two rushing touchdowns today for Trevor Lawrence. I mean, Chris Rodriguez Jr. put the ball on the ground for the Commanders. And then the Giants just turn around, put together another really solid drive. This is one of the best. This is really one of the best offensive games the Giants have put together all season long, no doubt about it. I mean, you have 21 points, 3 passing touchdowns with 13 minutes left in the game. Obviously, can't give up a quick score here. Got to keep it, make them work for it. Keep playing the way you're playing on defense. 166 scrimmage yards per game for Saquon Barkley this year. Oh, in 4 games against Washington. So he owns the Commanders. He commands the Commanders. Bullock puts the kick through the back of the end zone, so it'll be a touchback. The first touchdown throw from DeVito was excellent to Barkley. That's just unreal. Some of these throws from Tommy DeVito have been really nice, though. I mean, sidearm action. You're seeing that he has a little bit of a sidearm throw to him. He's pumped up. I'm loving it for DeVito. You love to see it for the kid. He's been taking a lot of jokes. Quick hitter to the tight end. He gets about 6 yards, gets knocked out of bounds. It'll be 2nd and 3 for the Commanders, 2nd and 4. 137.7 passer rating today for Tommy DeVito. Unbelievable. He really is coming through. So far, so good, Karen. Excellent game from DeVito so far, besides him just having to take sacks at some brutal moments. 2nd and 3, handoff to Brian Robinson Jr. He gets about 6, so he'll pick up a first down. It's been the fumbles for Washington. Obviously, they had an interception on the first drive of the game for them. Nick McLeod makes the interception. Sam Howell just overthrew his receiver down the field. And the rest of the game, it's just been putting the ball on the turf. Giants getting strips, forced fumbles. Byron Pringle on a kick return. Chris Rodriguez on a run. Logan Thomas after a reception, all putting the ball on the ground. Giants recovering each time. And this is the first touchdown off a turnover so far in this game. So Giants finally able to make it count. 1st and 10. Howell almost intercepted, tip drill at the line of scrimmage. Someone got their hand on it. It might have been Dexter Lawrence who knocked it down. It was just a beast of a defensive tackle. He finally doesn't get pressure, but this time he gets his hands up. Micah McFadden doesn't see the ball. Maybe would have had a chance at making a play on that. It falls incomplete. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up for your boy. Appreciate every like we get. That's how other people see the channel. The more people see the channel, eventually we could start doing some more stuff at the channel. You know what I mean? We need some viewership. Need some people interacting. Let's do it. 2nd and 10. Handoff to Brian Robinson Jr. He is stuffed again by Micah McFadden and Bobby Okereke. McFadden looks like a ball player. This guy is having himself another day. At least as far as I can see, he's made a ton of plays in the run game for the Giants. How many tackles for McFadden? 7 tackles, 1 for loss. Feels like he's made more, but you know what? The guy's been around. Xavier McKinney making a bunch of tackles today for the Giants. 12 tackles for him. 3rd and 10. 11:30 remaining 4th quarter. Big play here for the Commanders. Giants showing pressure. They drop back Jihad Ward into coverage. Sam Howell nowhere to go with the ball. He's hit as he throws. It's a duck in the air. It's picked off by Darnay Holmes. A horrible throw from Sam Howell. Oh my God. He got hit as he threw it. It was a duck floating through the air, and Darnay Holmes intercepts it. The fifth turnover of the game for the Commanders. Oh my goodness. That is a bad throw. You guessed it. Guess who smacks Sam Howell in the hand as he's trying to throw the football? It's Dexter Lawrence. Sam Howell flushed all the way to the right, trying to make a throw on his run, and somehow big Dexter Lawrence gets to him and slaps his arm and forces that pick. What a play from Dexter Lawrence. Being told Lonnie Walker posterized someone, let's say. Unbelievable. The Giants look like they just dominate the Commander. I mean, hopefully now with the run game, the Giants can eat some clock. Hopefully they don't come out completely conservative because this play action stuff has worked with Tommy DeVito, man. It has. They're selling out for Saquon, and DeVito is able to hit wide open receivers, making the right reads. He's getting the ball out quick enough for the most part. Some upsets today in the NFL, no doubt about it. Giants beating the Commanders right now. Detroit losing at home to Chicago is definitely something to keep an eye on right now. And then Las Vegas is definitely in the ball game in Miami as well. I mean, Aiden O'Connell, 14 of 21, one touchdown, one pick. He's no Tommy DeVito, but he's playing hard. He's playing all right. So much bad football being played all around. I mean, 10-7 Cleveland, Pittsburgh. Dexter Lawrence has been a menace. DeVito flips it out to Barkley on 1st and 10. Barkley makes the man miss, holds onto the football, and gets across that first down marker. I think they might mark him short, but it was a good carry on 1st and 10. Gets about 9, maybe 10. Horrible throw from Hal. Like, just a terrible throw. I know he got hit as he threw it, but nothing he could have done there. Second and 1, they say Barkley fell short. They give it to Barkley again. Barkley runs forward. It looks like the Commanders' will is being broken. They cannot. Their offense is broken today. First and 10 for the Giants. We're marching now. We're cruising. Brian Daboll's career against the NFC East. He's 0-6 against Philly and Dallas, and he's 2-1 against Washington. Story of the Giants' entire last 10 years. They can only beat Washington. Barkley right up the gut. He might be hitting his head on the goalpost here. Nope. Nice play by Butler in the secondary. But Saquon is finally starting to hit some gaps, and this run game is starting to burst open. Hopefully Barkley's okay at the end of this play. He might just be tired. Huge run from Barkley up the middle. Thought he was going all the way. The safety Just slowed him down enough and got him to had the angle to get him out of bounds. But Barkley now finally starting to pour it on. 11 carries for 81 yards. The start, he didn't have he had negative 2 yards in the first half rushing. Now he's got 5 carries for 81 yards. Dominant, dominant half from Saquon. This Barkley takes a break. They hand it to Matt Breida, who's dragged down after about a 3 or 4 yard gain. Just hold on to the ball. You're in field goal range. Bryce Young just threw a pick to Deron Bland, a pick six, actually. Nice play by Deron Bland. Holy crap. Wasn't the worst throw in the world by Bryce Young. It's a hell of a play by Deron Bland. All right, so this offense is humming. This is one of the best performances of the season, and they've taken 9 sacks. So imagine if the Giants did not take, say you could cut that in half, you take 4 sacks today, cut 5, you take 5 sacks today. All of a sudden, this was a really good offensive performance all around. 2nd and 7. The handoff is to Breida, who is wrapped up immediately by Deron Payne. Third and 11 for DeVito. Just hand it off to Barkley, gets 1 yard on 3rd and 11. Giants in field goal range will settle for a field goal opportunity. They're at their own, they're at the Commander 20, so they should have about a 30-something yarder. "36-yard attempt for Randy Bullock. Let's knock it through, Randy. Come on, Randy. Kick is up, and it is good. Perfect kick from Bullock. And we're up 12. 6:48 remaining. Giants up 12. Still plenty of time left. I mean, anything could happen. There's plenty of time left in this football game. If the Commanders these games are so weird, these Giants Commanders games, that I'm not ruling anything out. I'm not ruling out the idea that the commies can just score on the first play of this drive, and then all of a sudden we're right back where we started. So just because of the nature of these matchups, they're so weird. They're almost drunk games. Like the Giants have been sacked 9 times, and they're up by 12. The Commanders have 5 turnovers today, 2 picks, 3 fumbles. I did a poll at halftime. Which quarterback would you take? Sam Howell, Zach Wilson, Tommy DeVito. Right now, Sam Howell is winning. That means everyone would take him over the rest of these guys, which is really funny to me because he's playing horrible today. It's just one game. I get it, but he's playing really bad. Bullock puts the kick through the back of the end zone. I think the Giants are one more stop, and this game is a wrap. Jack Harlow performing at halftime of Packers Lions. Probably going to play that "Loving on You" song or whatever. Second down. Commanders pick up 3 on first down. Clock continues to run. Howell in the shotgun, 2nd and 7, drops back. Giants, no pressure. Howell connects for a first down. It's Jahan Dotson. Clock continues to go. 6 minutes, 10 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Commanders starting to go a little faster here. Need 2 touchdowns at least. Howell sacked. It's Kayvon Thibodeau gets his 2nd sack of the game. Kayvon time. I mean, Thibodeau and Dexter Lawrence have had phenomenal games for the Giants. Phenomenal games by Kayvon and Dexter Lawrence. Dominant defensive line performances. Obviously, you see what the Commanders did on the other end, but their sacks, they haven't put together dominant drive after dominant drive. DeVito's been able to make plays. Kayvon almost gets another sack. Commanders go quick, and the Giants do get a sack. Kayvon blows it up, and then Dexter Lawrence finishes it off. This game is as good as done. 3rd and 20 now for Washington. Charles Leno Jr. struggling with Kayvon Thibodeau. Kayvon could have had his 3rd sack of the game there. They just dump it off on the crossing route to Byron Pringle, who basically trips over his own feet, falls down, maybe picks up about 8 or 9. They'll be going for it on 4th down here. This is the game right here. If the Giants can get a stop, pretty much no way for Washington to come back. On 4th and 10, Sam Howell has had a horrible game. He needs to make 1 play to keep it alive. Let's see what he can do. They pick up the first down and then some. And he gets knocked out of bounds. Brian Robinson Jr. picks up a first down. Karen says, I have family here for homemade lasagna. Come on over. All right, if anybody's in the mood for lasagna, hit up Karen. 1st and 10. Clock continues to run. 3:40 remaining. Howell drops back. Completes, I think, for another first down. It's Terry McLaurin. Howell drops back, all day to throw. Giants get no pressure this time. Howell just throws it out of bounds on 2nd and 1. It'll be 3rd and 1. Not that it matters. 4-down territory here for the Commanders because it is a 2-possession game. A field goal really doesn't do you any good. It makes it a 9-point game, and you're still 2 possessions out. So you need a touchdown, obviously. Third and 1 for Sam Howell. Let's get some pressure on him this time. Howell drops back. Incomplete. It was dropped by Jahan Dotson. Right through his hands. Commanders are a comedy of errors, man. Sad. Fourth and 1. Last play for this. If this Giants defense wants to win, they can win it right here. They're going to try to go for the run, it looks like, or the tush push. Howell stuffed. There's a flag anyway, but the Giants stuff it. Offside on the Giants. Unbelievable. On Isaiah Simmons. Jihad Ward, maybe. The game will continue now. First, new set of downs for the Commanders. 1st and 10 at the Giant 25. Nothing behind you. Wrap up, keep them in bounds, make them use timeouts. Howell drops back, airs it out. Looking for McLaurin, nowhere to go. Good defense from Xavier McKinney. Good coverage. They took a shot in the corner. Nick McLeod passes off Terry McLaurin to Xavier McKinney, who's all over it. Perfect defense to escort that ball out of bounds. Second and 10, 2:54 remaining, fourth quarter. Howell, all day to throw again, steps up, just gets rid of it, throws it out of bounds. Kayvon Thibodeau was breathing down his neck again. There is a flag. What's the call? Roughing the passer? Roughing the passer. Thibodeau slapped Sam Howell in the head. They're going to call that. So another 2 key penalties. The refs finally getting involved late in the game. What do you know? Howell drops back again. Gets rid of it. Brian Robinson Jr. makes a couple of cuts. He fumbled the football! No way the Giants have this. It'll be second down. Commanders fall on it. Okereke punched it loose. Isaiah Simmons needs to recover that, man. Damn. Giants not being able to close this out. Creating plays, but not being able to close this out. The Commanders' ball security today has been a joke. They put the ball on the ground constantly. I haven't seen the Giants force many fumbles all year long. Howell drops back, completes, touchdown to Jahan Dotson. I can't do it. If the Giants were to somehow figure out a way to lose this, I just wouldn't be able to do it. You had 4 opportunities to end the game on this drive. You couldn't do it on defense. Commanders still have their timeouts. Deonte Banks just doesn't break on the ball. I don't know what he's doing defensively there. He's playing really soft with the in the end zone. And it's 24-18 with the extra point up, and it's good. So it's 24-19. Hello to Karen's grandson. Shout out to Karen's grandsons. Hope you guys are enjoying this Sunday. Hope you're ready for lasagna. Let's go. I won't be able to deal with this if the Giants somehow can't close this out. Joe and Allen. Let's go. Shout out to Joe and Allen. Eight games decided by 1 score this year for the Commanders. It's 24-19. Are they going to go with the onside? They have 3 timeouts to burn. Some key plays on that drive to keep the game alive. 2 penalties. Isaiah Simmons lined up in the neutral zone on 4th and 1, which is unacceptable. Or Jihad Ward might have done that. And then Kayvon Thibodeau just slapped Sam Howell in the face. picked up a personal foul, and the Commanders were able to score shortly after that. We also forced a fumble and were unable to recover it. So plenty of things that could have gone better on that drive. Joey Sly is kicking it. There is 2:16 remaining. There's a 2-minute warning and 3 timeouts for Washington. Giants are going to have to string together at least a first down here if they want to win the game. You should be able to win this game with one first down, and if you have to punt after that, so be it. But now it's getting nerve-wracking. I know certain Giant fans out there like, Mike, this is a win-win. If we lose, we're closer to tanking for Caleb Williams or Drake May. Awesome. That's not how I think. Yeah, when the time comes and we stare at the reality that this team is only winning like 2 to 3 games at the end of the season, that's when I start looking at Caleb Williams. But look at this. I mean, they were underdogs today. They have a chance to win. You can't start just tanking in November. It's not what I believe in. Handoff is to Barkley. Barkley cuts up the middle, gets about 2 or 3. Washington will burn a timeout. That's their first. 2:11 remaining. We still have the 2-minute warning. Don't forget. The Giants have all 3 of their timeouts as well. 2nd and 8. Just need Saquon to hit one of those holes that he hit earlier in the quarter, and we should be set. If DeVito has a play action in him too, that would be great. Complete it. Stay in bounds. You want the Commanders to burn their timeouts here, and you want to block. No fumbles. Yeah, Jared, I think it's Dexter Lawrence, but Bobby Okereke is certainly in the top 2 or 3 probably. I definitely think Dexter Lawrence is like the most dominant player, but Okereke flies around. They pitch it to Barkley again. Barkley, nowhere to go, stays in bounds, gets tackled for a loss. Commanders will use another timeout. So they're going to get the ball back. What do the Giants do here? Do they throw it? Do they run it? The 2-minute warning is going to come regardless. The Commanders will have 2 minutes probably if the Giants can't convert. Why has every game got to be nerve-wracking like this? You forced 4 turnovers today. 5 turnovers, excuse me. You forced 5 turnovers and you're only up by 5 points. Unbelievable. 3rd and 10 for DeVito. He lines up in the shotgun. Will the Giants throw the football here? Do they put it? Yeah, it's definitely going to be a run. Nope, they're going to throw it. DeVito makes a man miss. Holds onto the ball, and he's a yard shy of the first down. He does his best. Almost picked it up. He's a yard shy, and that'll bring us to the 2-minute warning. So they try to throw it. DeVito doesn't like what he sees, scrambles, ends up picking up about 8 yards on 3rd and 10. And now here we go. Commanders only with 1 timeout and 1:57 remaining. You like to think this Giants defense has one more stop left in them, but I don't know, man. It's getting scary. It's getting scary. Why do I care so much? Why do I care? I'm sure there's smarter fans out there saying, "Oh, this is big. If we can lose this, we'll get a better draft pick." I don't like my teams being in embarrassing spots. I don't care if they're tanking or something like that. Spin zone. Tommy DeVito deserves to win today. It will be great for it's just good for morale. You need to keep players invested, certain guys acting like this is important to them. And Tommy DeVito has played very well today outside of all the sacks he's taken. And we deserve to win this for him. He forced 5 turnovers, and the game is in the balance here. You're about to give the ball back to Washington with 1:57 to play, and they have 1 timeout to use. Got to wrap up. Got to keep them in bounds. Couple of one-score games happening right now. The witching hour is happening. The Lions have cut it to a 5-point game, and they have the football. The Commanders have cut it to a 5-point game, and they're about to get the football. The Chargers have the ball, and they're down 3. Other than Dallas, Carolina, and Jacksonville, Tennessee, which has already ended, there's a lot of one-score games right now in the NFL going on. The witching hour is happening. 4th and 2. Jamie Gillen on the punt. Gets the punt off. Takes a great giant bounce and knocks out of bounds inside the 20. A minute 49 remaining after the punt. Commanders have one timeout. They start deep inside their own 20-yard line. John Riggins is there. Joe Theismann is there. Hall of Fame Commanders or Redskin players back in the day, of course. And now, ball at their own 19. Sam Howell and company with a drive to save their season, possibly. This would be a drive that saves their season. This would be a drive that spoils their season. We'll see how it goes. 1:49 remaining. Azeez Ojulari gets a little pressure. Howell dumps it off in the flats. Robinson Jr. gets out of bounds. Shy of the first down. Gets about 6 or 7. Clock stopped at 1:43. Commanders at their own about 26, 27-yard line. Howell in the shotgun. Drops back. Byron Pringle makes the catch for a first down. Commanders have to go quickly. They do not want to use their timeout. Giants make the tackle inbounds. 1:25 remaining. 1st and 10. At the Commander 39. Howell drops back. Dropped by Brian Robinson Jr. He was trying to get out of bounds. Wouldn't have been a big gain, but it would have gotten them moving forward a little bit more. He dropped that ball. Giants need to get some pressure on Sam Howell now. They're playing prevent defense, which we see so many teams play down the stretch. And I'm not liking the looks of their prevent defense. It looks really soft. And Azeez Ojulari and Kayvon Thibodeau need to get home on one of these plays. Now they're showing like they're going to rush more. They do rush more. They send a blitz. Howell's hit as he throws. Intercepted. They're going to throw it. They threw a flag on Trey Hawkins. They're going to call pass interference, aren't they? This is unbelievable. Illegal contact on Trey Hawkins. 5-yard penalty, first down. Unbelievable. Yeah, you can't do that. I don't know what Trey Hawkins is trying to do there. He just flat out hugs. He dropped the pick, too. Don't act like you picked it off. Rookie corner. Going to do rookie corner stuff in this type of moments. 1:12 remaining. 1st and 10 after the illegal contact. Commanders at their own 46-yard line. Howell drops back. Just throws it out of bounds over the head of Brian Robinson Jr. Giants need to get off the field. Come on. This is not a game I can sit here and say I'll be okay with the loss. I don't care. I'm not a tanker. You don't tank in November. You don't tank before Thanksgiving. This is a game if you lose, now all of a sudden you might as well not even try. You might as well put a punter out at quarterback and just punt right away. 2nd and 10. at the Commander 44. Howell drops back, gets pressure, drops it off to Thomas, tackled middle of the field. Will the Commanders use a timeout? They will not. They'll hustle to the line. 3rd and 1. Howell. Giants will take their first timeout on 3rd and 1. Karen, I'm a little bit confused. What are you? Oh, you're at your like. What? Let's go TD. Five takeaways for this Giants defense. Tommy DeVito has 5 touchdown passes in his first 2 starts, the first Giant ever to do that. That's unbelievable. 3rd and 1. .46 seconds remaining. Howell gets rid of it, completes it for a first down. Jamison Crowder's first catch of the day. Clock continues to tick. 30 seconds remaining. Howell just gets the snap off. False start. That's a big, big penalty. May not seem like it, but the clock continued to run, and then they're going to lose 5 yards at the end of the play. The referees were completely silent until the very end of this game. To avoid the runoff, the Commanders will have to use their last timeout after that false start. So that is huge. That false start forces the Commanders' hand, makes them use their last timeout. So now anything in bounds is going to be really difficult. All of a sudden now Sam Howell, just playing in garbage time essentially, trying to come back, is 30 of 43, 251 yards, a touchdown and 2 picks. He's been hit a ton. Giants need to make one more play on defense. First and 15, 29 seconds remaining. Howell in the shotgun. Going to try to just get it out quickly and get it out of bounds. That's what the game plan is here for Washington. Howell drops back, steps up, avoids pressure. Throws a pick. It's intercepted by Isaiah Simmons. Isaiah Simmons is going to go all the way for the touchdown. A pick 6 to win the game. What a play. Sam Howell's 3rd pick, and that's it. That's ball game 30-19. What a way to end it. Isaiah Simmons, welcome to New York. His first big play as a Giant, as far as I'm concerned. 6 turnovers today for the Commanders. Sam Howell embarrassed himself today. I'm sorry, he played really poorly. He's just trying to get it out of bounds here, and he just leaves it. Is he trying to get it out of bounds here? Is he trying to... Looks like he's just actually trying to get it to Logan Thomas, and Isaiah Simmons says, nah, give me that. Pick 6 to the house. Tommy's dream, let's go. Randy Bullock adds the extra point, and it's 31-19. The New York Giants are going to get their 3rd win of the season thanks to a tremendous defensive performance. 6 turnovers. You force 6 turnovers. The fact that this game was even hanging in the balance says something about how this offense performed. That being said, Tommy DeVito was able to string together 3 drives. He threw 3 touchdown passes, 2 to Saquon Barkley, 1 to Darius Slayton. The first New York Giant quarterback ever to score to throw for 5 touchdowns in his first 2 starts. Unbelievable. It was actually somewhat of an entertaining, drunk game. This game had a lot of back and forth stupidity. The Giants kind of played a lot cleaner until the very end of the game. They had committed 0 penalties on either side of the ball. They end up getting a pick from Darnay Holmes and a pick 6 from Isaiah Simmons and a pick from Nick McLeod to start the game. And there was 3 fumbles forced. Very, very, very exciting end to this game. Byron Pringle on the kick return. It's a good return, but the Giants kind of escort him down. 5 seconds remaining. This was another fun stream. This was a fun stream. Shout out to everybody who popped in today. The Giants are going to end up with their 3rd win of the season. I'm proud of the way the team played. I thought the defense, a lot of key performances, Kayvon Thibodeau being one of them. Dexter Lawrence made a couple of key plays. Obviously, some picks in the secondary, which is nice to see. Some forced fumbles in the secondary, which is nice to see. And yeah, this was a hell of a day. I'm going to get some food. I'm going to enjoy the rest of the sports on today and end the stream there. Karen, I appreciate it. Enjoy your lasagna. Tell your grandsons I said hello. Shout out to them. And yeah, the last play has happened. Giants let the clock run out, and they tackle the Commanders, and that's that. 31-19 is your final. Big win for the Giants. Tommy DeVito, 3 touchdowns. Heck of a performance from the kid. Until next time, we'll be back later this week. I think we'll be back for Friday. The Knicks are playing the Heat in the in-season tournament. I think I'm going to do that game. But until next time, Jartasm, appreciate you. Appreciate everybody who popped